Recently online I've had a lot of dealings with Jamaica again, and in fact some of the um, contacts I've made have been quite prominent, and so it's quite fitting that I should be reading this particular story, factual story, which goes back to the early 1990s. I was in Jamaica in 1994, and this experience in Montego Bay was one of the best. The Half Moon Resort in Montego Bay, Jamaica, is much older than the Four Seasons Resort in Nevis and the Cheney Beach Resort in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. But what appealed to them more was their proximity to still and calm Caribbean Sea. You can actually stay in your room and you have the feeling that you can touch sea with your hand, just that close. From the veranda of their room they could talk, if they wish, to bathers, other guests. They unpacked and made plans. The next morning they would travel to Negril by limousine to have Sunday brunch. Negril is a nearby area to Montego. It's also resort orientated like Montego Bay. The ride to and from Negril, spelled capital Negril, and dialogue with the chauffeur was much slower pace than that of the previous day's ride from Kingston. The previous day from Kingston was from the capital of Kingston, Jamaica, all the way across the island, which was amazing, to Montego Bay. In Negril, they invited the chauffeur to join them to brunch, while they ate the saltfish and Johnny cakes. Johnny cakes are a local Caribbean delicacy, and it's just flour, mainly no sugar. But sometimes other people, besides, they might want to add things, and they enjoy it just the same. The topic discussed included the future of reggae. After they were taken to a concert venue and the familiar name John Holt was mentioned, as well as others. John Holt was a very famous reggae artist of the 80s, 1980s, still is today, I think. After they were taken to a concert venue and the familiar name John Holt was mentioned, as well as others, they were brought back safely to the Half Moon Bay Resort hours later. And I think I'll add this as well, Nevis. And this is a tribute to the late Dr. Simeon Daniel, who died in recent years. The former Prime Minister Simeon Daniel took them out to dinner. He drove them through the Cotton Ground village and around other surrounding villages, including Barnsgut, the birthplace of the ex-premier. Now he's the late premier, not just ex. The restaurant, located on the Atlantic side of Nevis, has owners who are also chefs, who are also the chefs. They greeted them warmly. As soon as they sat down around the table, offered, the lights went out. Outages on the island, that's Nevis, and throughout the Caribbean occurred frequently, and on this occasion unexpectedly. They ate what the ex-premier recommended in candlelight. The evening was a success, and they returned safely to Meadville. That's where they were staying, in the center of Charlestown, capital Nevis, they returned in high spirits. And just like to further add that much was learned from that experience, because although it was one of the high points of the whole stay, yet they had to cope with the difficulty of outages, not being able to see, eating in the dark, with candlelight aiding them. So let me summarize this in a way which I think is necessary, and see whether or not it's
somewhere that doesn't exist. A transient period, preaching the word. Someone there, praising the Lord. 21世紀 Believers, followers, risking
just fade it slowly.